Basketball U. I'm back. It's the Daily Trainer, ready to give you what you need, guaranteed to succeed for the game that you love to play each and every day. So this is what I have to say about my man Cole. Now, you've seen him already. He is a very sharp shooter. And this guy's senior year is going to be pretty good at the University of Santa Barbara. So I want you to check him out whenever you do get a chance this year and they play on ESPN or whatever they're going to play on. Now, a lot of times Cole likes to just come in and warm up. He's very big on his shooting form, and he really needs to get just reps up, see it going consistently, and then it's like a switch goes on and he's ready to work. So right here, all we're doing is he's getting into a rhythm. He's having a little conversation with me to talk about, what he wants to do in the workout. And then he also talks about just what he thinks is going to happen this season in a role change for him since one of the point guards he played went to the NBA. So that means the ball will be distributed differently, and he's going to have to play with new players because the transfer portal is revamping teams every year. So with that, you have to go in with a different mindset because it's not like high school where you kind of know what your team is going to be every year because, you have so many players that are on varsity for maybe 3, maybe 2 years, and college right now is just a one in, one out type of thing. And if you really like your coach, then I've seen some guys stay for 2 or 3 years. But it's very rare nowadays with what's going on. Big thing for Cole is a confidence thing. Believe it or not, as much as you would see him make shots here, you don't see the same thing in the game sometimes, and it's because he's missed 1, 2, maybe even 3 shots because, like I said in past episodes, when you get to a higher level, you're no longer just a guy that can stand in the corner by himself with nobody knowing that you shoot the ball well. And in the past, he's had a lot of success of actually winning a few games for Santa Barbara shooting the ball well. So now he has a target of don't let him shoot the ball at all. So we have to still work on things for him to catch and create. And you'll see that as I show more of Cole throughout the series of workouts that we do. Another thing that he likes to do is he's big on going hard every rep. He doesn't like to run miscellaneously without a basketball or it not being basketball related. He feels he can get his conditioning in the drills. So he typically likes to work out with himself because if he doesn't work out by himself, the person that's with him isn't going as hard. So now he has to wait in between and he doesn't feel like he's getting the most out of the workout. Also being tired and going at that speed also relates to the game for him. And so he's playing a game every time he works out opposed to just working out. He will get a lot of reps in different scenarios, but he's still in the game mode. Like if he misses one shot, he's heartbroken because he just feels like he shouldn't have missed that shot and he's letting his team down. So he takes really good pride in going hard. And, he set a really good example for the high school kids that were coming up behind him at his previous high school. And so, leadership roles are hard to come by. He wasn't more of a vocal leader. He was more of a leader with his play. Now, asking him about his shot and why it's so consistent. The biggest thing he told me is it's not a lot of motion. So as you see here, there's a slight drop, but it's very subtle. And there's just one motion. It's a cock back to the head and then it's up. So once he gets it set, it's one motion. It's very rare that you see him like double pump. And when he does, it doesn't look too good when he does that. Like when his shot is being contested or whatever. But one thing that's impressive is as much as you'll see some edits, barely, he doesn't miss too many shots. And that is, I don't even know if there's a word, hours, There has to be a new word for it, because he put more than hours in to be able to shoot the basketball the way he does. And some of the shots that he shoots, I'm like, man, I don't think you've touched the rim in a certain amount of shots. And he doesn't pay attention to that at all. He almost feels like if he doesn't swish it, it's a miss. So, it's a mindset that he has, and it's big. And again, what are the key things that we've talked about before that make him who he is? Conditioning, consistency, but now something that we haven't really said that word as much. I think I've had an episode on it, but it's confidence. If you're not confident, it doesn't matter how much you do all of this stuff, right? I've seen people work out before and sit on the bench and never show their skills. So are you that person? And why are you that person? If you're working out, if you've hired a trainer and you're doing everything you can to play, and then you don't showcase your play, why would you do that? So again, these are things that you have to think about when we're going through this process of being a good basketball player. I'm here to give you guys all the different things that you can do. And in this drill, he was making 10 at each spot. Okay, so as much as you may think, oh well, they didn't really do much in this episode, or all you were doing was rebounding the basketball for him, I need you to know that within the time frame I'm speaking to you, he made roughly about, I would say, 100 shots in, I don't know, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever this video is. So you have to realize, like, go make 100 shots real quick in 10 minutes and see how hard that is. And he doesn't have a time limit. It's based on his makes. So if we're in there for 40 minutes and he makes 100 shots in 40 minutes, then that's how long we'll be in there. Basketball is a feeling too. All right. There's emotions based in basketball. And the biggest thing is, how do you feel each day? Are you able to get through the mental battle of, I got to be better than I was the day before? And sometimes it's hard, because some days you have really good days. And it's like, man, I don't know how I'm going to top that day. But the effort of trying to is what's going to make you better, right? So that is something that you have to keep in mind when you are going through this process by yourself. I want to be the voice of reason for all of my hoopers that have no support and they're just out there by themselves trying to figure it out. Okay, and that's why I want you to talk to me in the comments, as I'm definitely going to start showing my face and chopping these sessions up so I can kind of break it down and circle where the ball is on the lift of the shot and look at how he bends his knees and get into all the specifics of what the details are, okay? And again, like I said, feel free to copy the drills, copy the form if you get it close enough on video of these great shooters, because everybody that I'm showing you shoots the ball pretty well in game and in their seasons. And a lot of these guys are going to be successful later on, whether it's on college or possibly Cole will be a pro. It might not be in the NBA, but overseas, most definitely. Okay? So, basketball youth, thank you for tuning in as you always do. And you got to keep watching my man as he's making all these shots. He is impressive. And remember, someone's always working. Are you?